My name's Jack and I've never baked in my life. I'm going to continue on for a series that nobody's asked for, much like the Sharknado trilogy, but more on that later. And I'm going to make ice cream today. Again, keeping with the theme from the last video, I'm going to use stout in it to make a boozy one. So it's going to be a caramel pastry stout ice cream. So let's see what happens.
So we're going to go through the ingredients which we're going to need to make our ice cream today. So we're going to start off with 260 grams of extra thick whipping cream. We then have 400 grams of sweetened condensed milk. And we've got our stout. We're using a White Hag brewing, which is an Irish brand, and their caramel pastry stout. Then it's going to be over to the pantry section. And we're going to need half a cup of cocoa powder, which is 64 grams. Half a tablespoon of salt. That's very important to remember. Like I said, half a tablespoon of salt. You'll find out why later. And then it's going to be what we need. So we need our electric hand whisk. And then a bowl. And that's it. So we're going to start by putting in our 260 grams of heavy whipping cream. Then we need to whisk that all up, give it a nice smooth texture. Then we need to have a quick clean up because I'm an absolute idiot and just spurted it all up the wall. Then we're going to add in our 400 grams of sweetened condensed milk. Then it's going to be half a cup of cocoa powder. So in the conversion that will be 64 grams. Then we've got to whisk all that up, trying to make as little mess as possible. Again, hopefully I've learnt from my mistakes from last time. Oh, and would you look at that, I didn't learn at all, and I made more of a mess than I did the first time. Now we're going to put in our salt. So with the conversion table, because it was done in cups, I was writing everything down. And unfortunately, stupidly, instead of remembering it was half a tablespoon of salt, I thought it was half a cup of salt, which is 64 grams. So I put far too much salt in, and it turns out that the food is inedible. Then we're going to whisk up the extremely too salty ice cream. Obviously, as someone who doesn't cook and doesn't really know anything about what goes into things, I knew that ice could help things freeze, so I thought it might have been acceptable, but I don't know. So then we put in 4 tablespoons of our porter. And then it all needs to be folded in. So fold it all in on itself. Make sure everything's all mixed in, especially that 64 grams, the half cup of salt, which is far too much.
So then what I've done is took an old Cadbury's Hero tin and put some baking parchment paper inside, and then that's going to help it. So I'm just going to transfer the whole thing into here. Do is cover that up and we're going to put it into the freezer. So now we've got between 6 and 8 hours to let that freeze. So we've got a couple of choices of things we can do. We've got the rest of our can of porter. Have that and finish off the washing up of everything we've made. We can grab a pack of beers, head out into the park. It's a lovely looking day, or you know, it's a bit hot out there, so maybe what we could do is, with the 8 hours we have, watch the first 6 Sharknado movies. I think I know what I'm going to do. So 8 hours passed, and past Jack went to the fridge, got out his ice cream, and it looked lovely. It set, it was all perfect. And then he tried a scoop. This looks nice.